Welcome to the Loan Shark podcast. Today's episode is named How to Get Wealthy from Nothing in 2021. In today's episode, I would like to handle a topic which I am really into: how to get wealthy from nothing. Following my financial journey, you might know that I started below zero several years ago. And I also want to retire, meaning reaching financial freedom by the end of 2025. I am not really talking about it in my circle of friends and colleagues, but when I do, there is always the same reaction. Haha, good one. There is no way you will make it. But, and that is the most important fact about, I know at least 3 people who made it. Therefore, I want to figure out what are the essentials of getting wealthy from nothing. What is wealthy or rich today? When the world is talking about rich, famous and wealthy, we are often looking at celebrities, stars and CEOs of huge companies earning several millions per year. But are those people really what I want to compare with? To be honest, I'm a bit more fundamental about defining wealth. Of course, Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk might have several billions in their bank account, but for myself, I'm talking about my own reality. I am aiming for the moment where I'm able to cover my today's costs with my investments. If I am summing this up and putting some buffer on it, I guess the total of about 6,000 euros per month is my current target until 2025. Pretty easy to calculate. 2,000 euro for the rent, 1,500 for the household stuff, another 1,500 for insurances, fees, etc., and 1,000 euro for fun things. If you calculate this amount into an annual total, we are talking about 72,000 euros. Not taking taxes into account, but suggesting an annual interest rate of 4%, I need a total amount of 1.8 million euro. So, this is my personal wealthy. Yours might differ as your amounts for life differ. Summing it up, there is no right or wrong, as the amount is always individual and it changes over time. In Germany, we have an institute called German Institute for Economic Research. These guys have very interesting figures within their studies where you can find out what is the top 10%, for example, in Germany. The amount, 275,770 euros net asset, is necessary to belong to the top 10% in Germany. That sounds quite doable, doesn't it? By the way, to become top 1%, you need 1.08 million euro here in Germany, which is more or less the amount I'm aiming for. As these figures are calculated per person, you need to split it by 2 for my wife and me. Easy steps and hard work. I do not want to pretend to be wealthy by now. No way. I'm just a regular dude on my financial journey blogging about it. However, those steps are the same to pay off your debt and build a financial base as for getting wealthy. The difference is mainly how hard you work for it. And to be honest, there is a common saying like, the rich are getting richer. That is true. By focusing on a target and really putting the work in, you will make a huge step forward. Those might seem small in the beginning. I mean, saving 100 euro per month will not make you rich or wealthy, but it's more about the mindset behind it. Try to save at least 10% and increase this amount a bit every month. Maybe you know my rule of interest, minimum 1 euro more than last month. When I paid off my debt 3 years ago, I was happy saving 100 euro each month. But when I finished paying them off, I added this amount into my savings, which nearly made it up to 1,000 euro. Currently, I'm saving about 2,500 euro each month. This looks like a wild ride from 100 euro to 2,500 euro, but it is all about focus. Whatever your goal is, you need to differ from the average. The average German has net assets of about 20k. And that is what you will do if you're doing things like anyone else around you. So check your thinking and behavior and stand out for what you are aiming for. Number 1. Build the right money mindset. Going on that journey, you should know how to behave. Becoming wealthy and getting above the average, you need to figure out for yourself to get uncomfortable. No one has ever become wealthy by doing nothing. Also, you're offered courses and webinars like that a lot. Try hard work. Your chances for success are ways bigger. What does hard work means? Hard work means to do more than everyone around you. Improve your skills and get an expert in whatever you're doing. Do things others try to avoid. It is often called as the so-called extra mile. But by going that extra mile, you will stand out, you will become different, and you will be recognized. Additionally, you need to improve your skills to ask for money and to get into a good relationship with money. I don't know what is right or wrong, but in my case, I see money as a tool. Every single euro is a small part of my financial freedom. If I invested at a 4% interest rate, this single euro adds another 4 cents to my passive income per year. If you hate money, don't like it for whatever reason, and try to avoid it, you will never be able to become wealthy. Know your value and bring it to the market to make money out of it. The more uncomfortable things are or get, the more money you will probably make. Number 2. Make a plan. Usually we know it, but for any reason we are sometimes not taking it into concern when it comes down to money. Building a house requires a detailed plan. Making your bachelor or master's degree needs a plan. Realizing this huge project at work forces you to make a plan. But why don't we make a plan about our net assets or financial goals? There is no reason for it, so go for it. And just write down what you are thinking about. If 5 million euro is the first thing to come into your mind, just write it down. The most important thing is to have a plan and a goal. After you made those, you start defining the details and your way to reach your goal. Wanting to have 5 million euro by the age of 60 requires a good discipline when starting in your 20s. But is it possible? Of course! You need to save 815 euros at the age of 20 per month and increase this amount by 5% every year. After 40 years, you will hit 5 million euro net assets. This is calculated with the common interest rate of an S&P 500 investment of about 8% per year. So maybe your plan extends a bit, or you need to figure out why you will always be able to make a detailed plan about it. Therefore, you, of course, need to know your numbers and put everything into it. Not knowing about your finances is like stumbling around in the dark trying to find the door. It won't work. The more you put down on your paper, the better you know what to do and what you are capable of. And now, follow and execute the plan. Number 3. Work with your plan and live below your means. There are 2 ways to save money. Either you save it from your salary or you earn a little extra. The average person in Germany is saving about 16% from their salary in 2020. Wanting to hit your targets fast, you need to do things the average person wouldn't do or can't. We often read or hear of live below your means. That does not say to live on a mega small budget or sleeping in the back of your car, but get uncomfortable. When the average person is saving 16%, try to double it. What do you have to do in your life to reach those 32% savings rate? What do you have to do to reach 50% or even 70%? You can't save 100% from your salary. This is somehow logical. Working on your skills and improving them will make you offering more value to the market. Imagine you're earning the average of 2,000 euros per month in Germany. Now invest time and money into your skills. This might be skills you need for your job or something you like during your free time. Now, after executing with those skills, you will be able to ask for a pay rise or change the employer in case it did not work out. Let's assume you are able to realize a pay rise of 500 euros. When you had nothing before to save, you're now able to save those 500 euros. There are several ways to handle it. You might, for example, save 300 euros into your investments and spend the rest for fun. your savings rate spikes from 0% to 12%. If you save the whole pay rise, it will rise to 20%. Maybe you're able to increase your skills even more, write a blog, start a YouTube channel about it, whatever. Money will come to you and you will be able to increase your savings rate by the amount you wish for. The more you put in, the more will drop out. And if you use this money wisely and not spend it all into your daily spendings, the more this way will become your personal turbo booster to reach your goal. Number 4. Generate more money from multiple income streams. As I already mentioned, you can't save 100% of your income. And the other way around, your savings amount is limited to this 100% minus X of your salary. Why not boost your salary? Improve your skills, ask for a pay rise, improve again, and get an expert in your niche. This will pay you a lot of money. But while a lot of people are just thinking about improving their skills at work, only a few think outside the box. You do not need to always improve your skills. There is also the possibility to recycle your knowledge. What do I mean by recycle? Let's assume you are really into the topic of kickboxing. Please do not ask me how I find this topic. I was just randomly, as I wanted to choose something I'm absolutely not into to show you the possibilities. So you're the highest skilled kickboxer giving training at a good price, but your daily time is limited. Therefore, think about recycling your knowledge. How about writing a book? What about producing a podcast? Maybe start an affiliate page for dressing stuff or kickboxing studios. Maybe develop an own brand of clothing and accessories. With any of these random ideas, you will be able to earn some additional money. Think about investing 2 to 3 hours per week in one of these ideas and establishing something what pays you money. And afterwards, your focus is on it, or choose the next idea trying to earn money from it. It is that simple. There is a ton of chances for anyone, I really mean anyone, might grab and reach out for. The more sources of income you have, the less dependent you will get from a single one. Number 5. Invest your money wisely. The moment you decide to invest your money is the moment you need to have a big investment goal. You might either invest with a low risk or a high risk. For me, only the lower risk are working. Of course, I'm investing into P2P lending, which is a high-risk sector, but most of my money goes into ETFs and dividend aristocrats. Right in the beginning of this episode, I mentioned I'm only looking on what my investments will make me in the future. Every euro is worth 4 euro cent every year for the rest of my life and beyond that. So I would better take the 4 euro cent with a calculated risk than 6 or 8 cent with a chance of 50%. I am working on my future, just like you should. You might also turn things around and think about a 100 euro investment calculated in time. How much time do you have to work to earn another 100 euro net? That is your risk. Do you really want to put your time at that risk? Everyone might have a separate idea on it, but I decided for myself to take smaller steps over the time, which will add up to a huge step. Bit by bit, step by step, and day by day. I really love those quotes, where huge goals are divided into smaller goals, which might work for a week or less. Of course, my goal of 1.8 million euro is huge, and I'm not that far on my way, like you might think. But I absolutely believe in the power of compound and paying off at the end. Just to give you an example, when I started, I bought dividend shares at an order size of 500 euros. The transaction costs were about 10 euros. So it is a share of 2% of my total investment. At that moment I bought the shares, I was down at least 2% with my investment. About 1 year later, I bought my first dividend shares with an order size of 1000 euros. But the transaction costs remain mainly the same at 10.50 euro. But the share of costs on my investment dropped from 2% before down to 1% now. If you invest 100 euro every month into, for example, Bondora Go and Grow, this makes you another 76 euro cent per month until the end of your life. After your first year, you already established a cash flow of 12 times 56 euro cent per month with your investment. Do not get annoyed from the small size of your investment at the beginning. It will add up. Time is on your side and it will work for you. Once you recognize that and additionally max out your income, your money will work 24/7 as hard for your financial goal as you do. Does that sound good or what? Step-by-step guide on how to get wealthy from nothing. Summing everything up, the way seems pretty hard. And it is, or will be for sure. But it is worth any work. From my point of view, I can tell you, it feels absolutely amazing. The feeling of not having any debt, amazing. The safety to know about your emergency fund, awesome. But the best thing, knowing your money works for you, absolutely incredible. This is pretty easy to read and listen to, and maybe I was able to fire you a bit up. But now your task is to get things done. Work on those top 5 of how to get wealthy from nothing, and your story will be another success story. As only a few people are where you want to be, you need to get comfortable with doing things all the other don't want to do. Get comfortable with getting uncomfortable. Here is once again the short overview we've talked about in this episode. Number 1. Build the right money mindset. Number 2. Make a plan. Number 3. Work with your plan and live below your means. Number 4. Generate more money from multiple income streams. And number 5. Invest your money wisely. The harder you want your goal, the more you will put in the work. And that is the only secret. When I look up to those who are already where I want to be, their way was just hard and disciplined work. A lot of. That maybe does not mean to work 20 hours plus per day, but let's try to make it 12 to 15. Ever experienced it? Let's get on that journey together and comment below what you are working on.